Hello duelists, Rosmero here, and today we're going to be opening Structure Deck, the Sacred Beasts of Chaos. As usual, this Structure Deck comes with an epic looking playmat featuring brand new artwork for all three Sacred Beasts, Uria, Raviel and Hamon. Raviel being in his new monster card form, Uria being his new continuous trap Hyper Blaze, and Hamon in his brand new continuous spell, Cerulean Skyfire. Here we have the structure deck itself and our Sacred Beasts Unleashed pack, which comes with every purchase of this structure deck, which we'll be opening afterwards. First up, we have in ultra rare, Raviel Lord of Phantasm's Heavenly Crushing Fist, or in the TCG, Shimmering Scraper. Now before we get into this, I really gotta say that I think the three Sacred Beasts are one of the coolest monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Design-wise, I think they actually look way more badass in their alien aspect compared to the three original Egyptian gods. And I love how in this new support structure deck, the three new iterations of the three Sacred Beasts are actually the three of them using their finishing moves, and that is just plain epic. So the new Raviel cannot be normal summoned and can only be special summoned by tributing 3 monsters on your field. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, by discarding this card from your hand, you can target one of the original Raviel on your field. During this turn, its attack power is doubled and it can attack each of your opponent's monsters once. And that's not the best part. This is a quick effect that can also be activated during your opponent's turn. So epic finishing move for Raviel, and I love how it's so similar to obelisks but still has that kind of nuanced difference where instead of blasting all your opponent's monsters to pieces, now you can just smash them one by one for that really inflicting a lot of damage if all of them are in attack position. And the best part is how you can use it defensively as well. If your opponent, for whatever reason, decides to attack your Raviel with a monster higher than 4k, you can counter with 8k! Second effect, while this card is in your graveyard, you can tribute one monster on your field to return it to your hand. Now, that's pretty interesting, honestly. That's like, oh my god, you can just spam. If you got a Raviel in your field, just bring this card back every single turn and just spam the opponent. Because Raviel has that ability to generate those tokens, right? Which you can tribute to bring back this card. Oh my god, the synergy, alright. Anyway, we're starting off with a really epic card. I know honestly you can probably defend against this kind of effect pretty easily because Raviel himself and this version of Raviel don't really have any defensive effects, but still, the epicness of the offensive potential, I just love how epic it is. And up next we've got a Cerulean Skyfire, which is going to be a continuous spell representing Hamon's special move. First effect, when summoning Hamon by its own effect, instead of using face-up continuous spells on your field, you can also send face-down magic cards on your field to the graveyard, so that's just gonna make Hamon easier to bring out. Second effect, while you have a face-up attack position Hamon on your field, you can negate your opponent's activated magic or trap card. After that, change one of your Hamons to defense position, so pretty interesting. Third effect, if any of the face-up original Sacred Beasts leaves your field, during this turn, all the damage you receive is reduced to 0. Wow. So as long as you have either Uria, Hamon and Raviel on the field, your opponent basically can't kill you. You have to get rid of the gods first, and then only on your next turn, if you don't manage to bring them back, which is probably going to be quite easy with the cards in this deck, only then can they finish you off if you do not have the blessing of the 3 Sacred Beasts. Now that's some pretty nice defense for this deck, considering how clunky and heavy it can be to bring out these high level monsters. Next we have the continuous trap, Hyper Blaze, Uria's finisher. Just like the previous card, when summoning Uria by its own effect, you can send face down trap cards from your field to the graveyard instead of just using face up continuous traps. Once per attack, when an attack is declared involving your Uria, you can send one trap card from either your hand or deck to the grave. And if you do, during this turn, that Uria's attack and defense increases by 1000 for each trap card on both players' fields and graveyards. Wait a minute. This is even more intense than Raviel Heavenly Crushing Fist. This literally screams one-hit KO. You can just make a trap mill deck to spam out traps, and once you get this on the board, you can just set 3 traps, instantly destroy 3 of them, And just send 3 of them to the grave. Instantly bring out your Uria for free since they don't have to be continuous anymore. So it's gonna be that much easier. Attack, activate Hyper Blaze. Boom! 10k damage. If the opponent has like, oh my god, this is crazy! Okay, let's see what its final effect is. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card from your hand. Then, you can choose one of the original sacred beasts in your graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. What? What? Even? So going back to the idea of the treadmill deck, you just mill your deck on the first turn. You can attack like crazy, right? So maybe Uria drops into your grave. But so long as you've got this in your hand, once per turn, then Uria's coming back for free. And then you attack with it, activate its second effect, boom. 10k damage. What the heck? I just love this deck so much, it's like... Honestly, at first it just seemed really offensive, but with the Cerulean Skyfire and like your Hyper Blaze, that free special summoning effect as well, if you have both in conjunction, there's actually a lot of defensive potential in this deck. Like, you can't protect your 3 sacred beasts, so your opponent is gonna do whatever they want with them, counter them, destroy them. But once you're destroyed, Cerulean Skyfire prevents you from dying that turn, and the next turn, they just come back for free. So, it's pretty interesting. Like, you don't protect your monsters, but you're not gonna die. Okay, let's move on. Chaos Core. This is a normal parallel rare level 3. This card name's first effect can only be activated once per turn. When this card is targeted by an effect or becomes the target of an opponent's monster's attack, you can send up to 1 of each of the 3 sacred beasts from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and for the number of cards sent to the graveyard this way, put 1 Phantasm counter on this card. And during this turn, all of the battle damage you receive becomes 0. Second effect, if this card were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, instead of letting it be destroyed, you can remove 1 of its Phantasm counters instead. So, that's adding a bit more to the technical defensive aspect of this deck. Like, you kind of want to open with Chaos Core, place it in front of your field, because then essentially, as if you are... Depending on the number of like Raviels, Hamons and Urias you run in your deck, you can basically protect yourself for multiple turns while sending those sacred beasts to the grave in order to buy time for you to draw into your Cerulean Skyfire and Hyper Blaze, because once your secret beasts are in the grave and you have these 2 set up, you're basically getting your beasts every single turn. So Chaos Core, you're definitely going to want 3 of these, I think, so have to buy more of these packs. What's this? Dark Beckoning Beast. This card's name's first effect can only be activated once per turn. First effect, if this card is successfully summoned, you can add either 1 of the 3 sacred beasts or any 1 card in your deck that has 1 of the sacred beast names written in its text to your hand. Now that is mad, because that applies to all 3 of these cards here as well, and even Chaos Core. Because in its text, whenever they describe the 3 sacred beasts, they name all 3 sacred beasts. So this is essentially a searcher for, I think, practically any sacred beast and any card that supports the sacred beast, which is pretty insane. Essentially making the whole thing sort of like an archetype. Second effect, while this card is face up on the field, on top of your usual normal summon, during your main phase, you can also additionally summon 1 fiend monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. So that could be another copy of Dark Beckoning Beast, or it could be your Chaos Core, and I believe we're going to see more of these 0 attack, 0 defense beasts. Yup, what did I guess? Okay, so here we have Chaos Summoning Beast, I think our next monster in this series of Sacred Beast supporting mini monsters. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, by attributing this card, special summon any 1 of the 3 sacred beasts from your hand by ignoring their summoning conditions. Second effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard to add 1 Lost Paradise from your deck to your hand. I'm not sure what the TCG name of that is. I think it's the field spell for this deck. Anyway, up next, okay, moving away from monsters, we have a normal parallel spell. The 7 Spirit Gates Unleashed, you can only activate one card with this name per turn. First effect, when this card is activated, you can add either one of the 3 Sacred Beasts or one monster with the 3 Sacred Beast names written in its card text from your deck to your hand. So again, a searcher for the beast and this support archetype. Second effect, once per turn, you can special summon from your grave one fiend type monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. So again, bringing out these little 3 supporters for free. Third effect, once per turn, if there is a level 10 monster on your field, you can add one continuous spell from your grave to your hand. So that's gonna help you bring out Celestial Skyfire, but I'm wondering why it only targets spells, because it will be a bit more useful if it allowed traps as well. Then we can bring out our Hyper Blaze, but you know what? Maybe that's what this card is for. So this is the Awakened Sacred Beasts. First effect, activate the following effects depending on the number of different types of Sacred Beasts you have on your field. If you have 1 or more, every time your opponent successfully summons or special summons a monster, you recover life equal to that monster's attack. If you have 2 or more, negate the activation of monster effects on your opponent's field. If you have 3 or more, monsters sent to your opponent's grave are banished from the game instead. So, wow. On a whole, I mean, just with having 2 alone, that already just causes so much disruption to the opponent's field by blocking all of their monster effect activations. That is crazy. Second effect, once during your turn, if you have a level 10 monster on your field, you can add one continuous trap from your grave to your hand, okay? So this kind of like pairs together with the 7 Spirit Gates, allowing you to retrieve your Hyper Blaze. And I do believe that is all for the brand new cards in this deck. Reprint time, here's our Dark Summoning Beast, the original 0 attack, 0 defense Fiend Sacred Beast supporter. And yep, Torch Golem, Phantom of Chaos. Don't think I need to go through these guys. Oh, Rainbow Dark Dragon. Interesting choice to put here. There, I just saw a Tragodia, a Kaiju, Chaos Hunter, Hellway Patrol, and here we've got some Burning Abyss as well. And here's Fallen Paradise, I mean not Lost Paradise. This is the field spell for the Sacred Beasts. More Magic Chronicle, Terraforming to search out that Fallen Paradise. 1 for 1, Beginning of the End, some pots. Kaiser Colosseum, Mystical Space Typhoon. Here we go into traps. Oh wait, a fusion monster? Wait, is this new? Oh, wait. Okay, let me just quickly check this. Well, first of all, we've got a Phantasm token. I believe this is the one that Raviel brings out for free with his effect. So we're just gonna... Okay, we'll put that next to Raviel over there. And then over here we have... what is this? A Phantasm Apostle token, but I didn't see any of the cards that would bring out a token like this. So don't tell me it's here, okay? Let's put this down. And this card, I think it might be new, even though it's just a common, is the Phantasm Monarch or Phantasm Emperor Trilogy. Sorry, this is the Phantasm Emperor Trilogy, which is an old card but very recent, and I've actually never seen or heard about it before because in the OCG it's a premium pack card and I don't really usually open the premium packs that much, but I'm just gonna put it aside for a moment. And this one here was a Phantasmal Martyr token, which is summoned by the effect of the spell card Phantasmal Martyrs. And we're just gonna put that there. Now let's open up our Unleashed pack. Alright, you guys ready? It's time to unleash the 3 Sacred Beasts! Oh my god. Oh, you know, I actually don't have a full collection of the original 3 Sacred Beasts. I only have one for the Egyptian god, so it is so awesome to be able... I'm just gonna... Let's just bask in their glory for a bit, alright? It just feels so awesome to collect them as a set like this, especially in the new Yu-Gi-Oh border, where the card artwork takes up a bigger size compared to the older days. So that is so sick Just check out these guys, man. Uria, Lord of Searing Flames. Hamon, Lord of Raging Thunder. Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. And I believe Raviel's the only one in secret. The other two are actually Ultra. Of these three pieces, the originals, I only have the original Uria in what rarity? Ultimate Rare, pulled from the original pack that it came out in. I was actually this was actually given to me by a very good friend of mine, so I'm always very thankful for that gift. The other two, hopefully one day I'll be able to get Ultimate Rares of the originals as well, because that would be really awesome. So, because these guys are really the stars of the show, we kind of have to replace the... Yes, put them on top. Hamon over here. Uria on the right. Yeah. And of course, this trio won't be complete without their ultimate fusion form. Armityle the Chaos... what? Sorry, I thought I got the name wrong for a moment there, but yes, I was completely right. Armityle the Chaos Phantom. Because for a moment I was tripping on like, wait, is it Phantom? Phantasm? What? Okay, but anyway, yes, of course, we've got Armityle right here. And a brand new super rare spell right here. Let's put him in the middle over here. A brand new super rare spell for support as well. Dimension Fusion Destruction. You can special summon one Chaos Phantom fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, by banishing the fusion materials listed on that card from either your hand, field, or graveyard. And of course, this fusion effect will only apply to Armityle. I'm not sure if there are any other Chaos Phantom monsters in the TCG. I'm not sure how they're going to translate it so that it only applies to Armityle, but essentially, yes, this card is only for Armityle. All battle damage inflicted on you resulting from battles involving the monster special summoned by this effect become 0. So even though during your opponent's turn your Armityle has 0 attack, you're not going to get hurt from that at all. And if you have any of the 3 sacred beasts on your field when you activate this card, your opponent cannot activate any effects in response to this card's activation. It's over. Like, it's literally just over, man. This was a pretty epic opening. I really love this structure deck, man. And with that'll be all for this Sacred Beasts of Chaos structure deck opening. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG booster box and product openings on the day of release. Our next key OCG release is going to be the very first set of the new era of the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG, moving on from the Linked Veins era, with booster pack Rise of the Duelists in 18th April. But that's not all. Next month, we are also seeing the start of the broadcast of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and with that, the release of the very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel products on April 4th with the Yuga starter deck and the Luke starter deck as well, including the set which includes both starter decks. Unfortunately, I actually haven't been able to confirm with my supplier if I'll be able to get stock of the Rush Duel products to open for you guys, so do wait on further news regarding that, because I do really want to open the Rush Duel products for you guys on the very first day they come out. So do wait on the news for that, and with that, I hope to see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Our chance encounter brought color deep into my life. I will shelter you, protect you.